Hi, thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking all about my May haul and favorites, so if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. So I'm back. I just took a little detox from social media and YouTube for a moment just to recharge and kind of regroup. So I'm back. Thanks for your patience, and let's go ahead and just get started with what I picked up. My first item is a limited edition item from Guerlain, and they came out with a bunch of new things recently, but this is the one that caught my eye. It's a palette, and usually palettes will catch my eye because I like when things are condensed into one place. It's got a contour, a bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlighter. So out of all the things that were out, I kind of wanted to try this. I just filmed a video on it, so that'll be going up soon if you'd like to hear my thoughts on it. But again, really pretty packaging and just some really nice colors. Guerlain is one of the companies that does the best bronzers out there. If you've ever used them, I use their Trio in Deep almost daily. It's the one I'd been using until I picked up the Fenty one, which is also a favorite of mine this month. I featured this in a haul and also kind of like a haul in action, and it's this one in Cocoa Naughty Sunstalker Bronzer by Fenty. So I can't speak to all of the shades, but this one builds really slowly and is not too deep for me. It's actually quite good. It's probably the best match now that I went back and looked at some of the other options for my skin tone. So I really love it. It blends beautifully and has been in use this month when I do put a powder bronzer on. Really beautiful. So I spoke about sunscreen last month on your eyes, and this is something that I found after I spoke about that, and it's by Supergoop. It's got SPF 30 in it, and it's a shimmer shade, and I saw this pop up on another article on beauty this month. It's got like a kind of a putty texture, like if you've ever felt the ColourPop items, it has a little bit of that texture to it. It's kind of moussey and it's kind of bouncy. It has shimmer to it. It acts as a really nice base. This is in Golden Hour, but again, it has that SPF 30 in it, so it protects your eyelids, because that is one of the areas that we kind of forget to put sunscreen on. So that's made specifically for that area if you were looking for something for your eyelids. There was just a slight bit of creasing though, so just know that that's not gonna lay perfectly and stay there all day. There was some slight creasing. I mentioned this brush in that same video, and it is amazing for bronzer if you were ever considering it, but Mandy Davis kindly left a message in the comment section below that they were having a 40% off sale at the time that this posted, so I went over, thanks Mandy, and I picked this one up. It's the blush brush, but I don't think I'm going to use it for a blush brush per se. I will probably use it for cream bronzers because I like to swipe them. There's a little bit more control with an angled brush like this. So I haven't had a chance to use it yet. It's still new, but that is my plan. It's a nice synthetic brush, but I think it'll just place that really nicely because I do tend to go more to cream products in the summer. So speaking of cream products, oh, I don't have it, but I will insert a picture of it. I don't know what I did with it, but it's the Tom Ford bronzer. Never mind. I'm gonna go get it. Hold on. Okay, so speaking of Tom Ford, were we speaking? We were not speaking of Tom Ford, but I am going to speak about it now. I'm speaking of cream products. I love cream products in the summer. Cream products tend to stay in place a little bit better. So I've been using this one by Tom Ford. Recently, I picked this up a while ago. I think I did a featured video on it, but it is the Intensity 1. It was the Spring Summer 18. This is a really great color. I looked online to see if the other shades might be better for me, but I really think that this one is ideal. But go ahead and take a look. There are a couple other shades available. This Illuminate is just a nice translucent. It looks like it's white. It does come off as more of a glow on your skin because of the creaminess of the texture. So really beautiful, and I have been using that quite a bit in the heat. Speaking of heat, I talked about this one a couple of weeks ago. I have been using it daily since then. It's the Tatcha, the Satin Skin Mist. So if you were interested in this, if you have oily or combination skin, or you get oily in the middle, like I do in the summer, I'm usually not oily really in the T-zone, except for the summer. That's when it really starts to kind of get accentuated. And what happens is I wear concealer in the middle. I can't really avoid that. I wish I could, because that is where I really break out in terms of the oils. And so of course it impacts that makeup because it just breaks it apart. But this has really done a nice job of keeping it in place I find it does work best with a powder, setting it down first, and then this kind of holds everything together. I have also worn it with just concealer, and then I've put this on as my setting powder or setting spray, which works well, but it just lasts longer with the powder. I do get a little bit more of a makeup look with powder, but it lasts longer. So it kind of depends on what you want. If you want it to last longer, I'd powder it first and then put this. Or if you just want a really skin-like finish, it looks really great for a few hours, but then it will start to break down, or you've got to reapply this if you just put concealer on and then this. So I hope that helps if you were interested, but I have been loving this. Actually, I'm about halfway done. Is that halfway done? I'm about 2/3 done. So it's about to here since I started using it, and I'm really, really loving it. And out of all my sprays right now, this is the one I'm pulling for. I will still do that spray video for you because I actually ordered something that's like a bestseller on Amazon. I haven't used it yet, but I will do that video for you because I know you're interested in it. Speaking of Tatcha, when I did that video, I had applied this as well, the Canvas primer, and I hadn't used it for a while. Like, there's still quite a bit left in there, but they looked really nice on camera together and in person. And actually, someone asked me about the wear of the Gucci lipsticks, and I still need to calculate that because I've been wearing it, but I haven't been paying as close attention, so I'll put some information about that below. But what happened was, after I filmed that video, I had this on, I had the spray on, I went to paint. We were painting the exterior of our house. Actually, my husband was. I went out to paint with him. I think we were out there for about a good 4 or 5 hours, and it was windy, really windy, and I walked inside and I looked at my makeup and it looked like perfect still. So this in combination with this work very nicely together. So really smooth canvas. I was surprised at how good it still looked after that many hours and doing some work outside. So I just wanted to mention that in case you have that primer and maybe you forgot about it like me. They work really well together. Tom Ford, back to Tom Ford. It's amazing, this foundation. It is in 7.0 Tawny. I have it on right now. I just am so impressed with how skin-like this looks on. I did use a foundation brush though to kind of smooth out after I tried it with the sponge. I really like that, but this actually goes faster to take a foundation brush first and then go over it with a beauty blender. Actually, Wayne Goss, I watched his video and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. Just take your brush, distribute it that way, and then use that beauty blender to really get it in there. So I used this brush. It's by Shiseido, and this is not new, but it's this foundation brush. And I mentioned this before, it was a gift from my stepdaughters. They had researched like the best foundation brush, and it really is that good. It seems like it wouldn't be efficient because of its size, but it really gets in this area right here. It doesn't take that much longer, and also gets above. I did my eyebrows first this time, and then I put the foundation on, so it does a really nice job of going around those sharper edges as well without getting too messy. So really, really nice brush. Would recommend this if you don't already have it. So these worked really well together. Again, I just went over with a beauty blender after that. Oh, this is new. I picked this up. This is new, and I automatically loved it. This is one of those things that when you put it on the first time, you know whether it's gonna be good or not. And I have been looking for quite some time. So let me know if you want to dedicate a video on it, but it is the Diorshow Pump and Brow. So it's like the pump in, I can't remember what it's called, the mascara, but they have it with the same kind of technology, contraption, mechanism, the same ability on this one to squeeze the tube in order to decide on how much product you want on the brush or not. And then this is a brush, so it's very nice and petite, and I love it. The first time, like I said, I used it, I was like, yes, this is what I've been looking for. The shade is perfect. It's not too purple, I want to say sometimes. I don't know why, but companies make their dark brown or almost black brow products with a red hue in it, and I don't understand why, because it looks purple on. But this one is not. It's a nice ashy color, so if you like that color like I do in your browns, and this is perfect. So it's in 002. Okay, let me know if you want to see this one in action, because it just was so good the first time, and I'm like, every time I use it, so happy with it. So if you like the Glossier Boy Brow, this is like a more refined version of it. So if you like that one and you're looking for something a little bit more polished, this is You're gonna love this one. Speaking of brows, speaking of heat, I have picked this up again. So if you're in a hot climate and makeup just melts over time, or what's worse with eyebrows is when it gets hot and you go like this to your brow and then all of a sudden you have no eyebrows because you wiped it off. This is a great solution. It is the WUNDERBROW. It's from the drugstore, but it's like $22, I wanna say. It's not drugstore pricing, it's a little bit up there. And I get mine in black brown. So it has this wand on it and a little brush, and really I do a two-step brow now. So maybe I could do that like a current brow routine because it's so quick and so easy. I just take this, I put it on, and then I take that Dior brow product and I brush it up, and then I'm done. And they stay in place all day long. So again, very happy with that. Okay, next up. So this next product came in like a set. I wasn't really interested in it. I was interested more in the moisturizers that were in there, but this came in it and I was like, I'll try it. But the first time I used it, I was like, this is very good. It's the Lip Serum Stick Plump and Smooth by Philosophy. So it is very emollient going on. It glides on really beautifully, and I've been using this in tandem with other lip colors because what it does is it sets on a really nice smooth layer, which if you have wrinkles in your lips like I do, that's kind of an important thing. I want a smooth canvas, so this smooths things out and really moisturizes them. So I would repurchase this even though it's nothing I was really interested in. And what's been really beautiful over it, can I say really some more? What's been so beautiful over it is this Clé de Peau Sweet as Candy, the Refined Lip Luminizer. I've talked about this before, but this and that together, it looks so pretty. I can't explain what it is, except that's probably why you're here, so let me try to explain it. It's a very fresh look. It's a very youthful look because you get that smoothness and you get that little bit of color. This is quite intense if you just put it straight on. You're going to get a lot of color really quickly, but with that extra layer of the Philosophy underneath, it kind of tempers that and also gives a really smooth appearance to the lips. So I love these together. Not only do I love these together though, I also love this with other bright lipsticks. So the Laura Mercier color, and I just quickly talked about this and didn't really say much about it, but it's this beautiful like tomatoey color. This looks really beautiful on top, and let me just say this goes on really silky smooth. I hesitated about talking about this too much because I wanted to see what the wear was like, because what was happening initially is I put on really silky going on, but then after about, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 hours, my lips felt dry. But I decided that that's because that's my skin right now is just really parched, and I'm drinking a lot of water, so I'm not sure what's happening, but that's what was happening with this. So if you were interested in this, really beautiful. The color that you see in here is the color that you get. It's not so influenced by the natural color of your lips, which is something I have issues with sometimes, although it also looks great sheared out. So again, using this as a base and putting this on top, really pretty. And another lip combination I've been loving is this, and then also this on top. This is the Gucci, and I just talked about this in Oddly Red. So this is sheared out. I have it on right now. Sheared out, these two together. It's just so comfortable for me. Again, I've been experiencing a lot of dry skin. Like you can hear my hands. It sounds like sandpaper, or like it sounds really parched. So we've got these two together, really pretty. One more lip thing to talk about. Yes, Hourglass, if you're thinking about these, any of them I'm sure would be quite beautiful. This delivers more of like a sheer color on me of the color that's in here. Again, if you want to see all of the colors on, go to see Chanel's video. She works for Hourglass. She's their global makeup artist, I believe is her title. And she tries them all on. So if you want to see them on a different skin tone and you want to see all of the colors, you can see them on her. But for me, it's a very subtle version of the color that's in here. I have that on right now on top of the Gucci lipstick I just mentioned. Also, dry hands, I picked up another one of these. The Lano Hands Rose Hand Cream Intense. Actually, I'm gonna put some on right now. I'll show you how it looks. I mean, it's like, it's pretty, like it holds its shape, so you can see, there we go, how, okay. So you can see how emollient this is. And what is great about this is that once you wash your hands, there's still like the sensation or the feeling of some kind of moisture on your hands so you don't completely wash it away when you wash your hands, which I like. Sorry if this is banging around so much, but these two are touching each other. That is a pet peeve of mine, by the way, loud jewelry in meetings, so I'm sorry if this is making a lot of noise. I'll try and edit out anything that's like clanking. Sorry, just one more lipstick thing because I've been loving carrying this in my bag. It's the other Gucci lip that I talked about in May Coral because it's so easy to apply without a mirror. I mean, I can just like put this on and we're good to go. So it's not something that needs a whole lot of precision in terms of the application, but it just delivers a really nice warm color. You can see I'm into that color and I've got my nails also painted in that hue. I think this is the last lip thing. If you were thinking about if you love the Balm de Rose by By Terry like I do, that is my all-time favorite balm. And I did purchase a couple of these in the smaller version, like the lip gloss form of it. It is also very nice. So I have been also using this to prep in the morning when I do my moisturizer on my face. I'll apply this on my lips and it kind of just sinks in. Also great on the go. I love the smaller size, so been really happy with this. I have a couple of these. So I have one at home, I have one in my bag. So constantly moisturizing. Now, you may have seen the Persona video or may not. That one didn't get a whole lot of views. I'm not quite sure why, because this is an amazing palette, the Identity palette. If you have not tried this, I've worn it for, I think, every video since I used it initially. And I actually have it on now with the color from the Charlotte Tilbury Disco palette, Icon palette, the Icon palette. I don't know why I think it's the Disco palette, Disco colors in there. So I've used one of the colors in there, but other than that, I have been using that nonstop. So if you want to see that and actually go see that video, and there was also a request to do other looks with this, which I'll be happy to do because I've been so happy with it. And I've said happy again a lot. But yes, go see that video if you haven't, and I cannot endorse this enough. Beautiful palette. There is just, it's stunning. But out of all the palettes that I have, that's the one I've been reaching for. So I've been very happy with its performance. Also, something I've been really happy with that they provided to me was this Cali highlighter in Zuma. And actually, one of the first people who asked me about what I had on this inner corner was my husband. He said, what do you have in there? Because that looks really nice. And then I had a question or two maybe from viewers as well on what that was. And it is this highlighter right here, which I have on my cheekbones as well. And then also in that inner corner. So, oh, and also down my nose. So if you're interested in this, I would get this as well. Really beautiful powder highlighter. Like I said, if you're going to do a powder highlighter and you have a little bit of issue with texture here, this powder highlighter does a really great job without emphasizing those fine lines, which is hard to find because I found that I don't really have like that many fine lines, but I do have them, that some powder products really bring that out. But this one doesn't do that. It is really one of the most beautiful highlighters I've ever used. So again, I highly endorse this one as well. Again, anything that was provided to me will be listed below. Those two, the two Persona Cosmetics items were, so thank you again, Persona Cosmetics. So whenever I want something with a little bit of color in the waterline, I'll look at Marc Jacobs, and the other eyeliner line that I look at is Urban Decay. And I picked this up. This looked like it was like in the new section or like a featured section. I don't know if it is, but it is in Electric Empire, and it's got some beautiful shimmery golden flecks in there, I believe. So that is in the waterline right here, and I liked it because it did have that shimmer right in there. So if you have smaller eyelids and you want to add color, sometimes I know it's tricky, that's a really good place to put it, in the waterline or under the eyes. And this one is very pretty for brown eyes. And also if you want I think it's a nice pop of color if you go for a more golden kind of makeup look, then this is a really great place to add it just for that little color. I picked up something I needed, which was the Lancôme Tonique Confort. I had run out, but this was there. They were very informative at the store this last time. I was like, okay, I was just looking at this. They said, well, there's a set you might want to consider if you want that, because this set is $36. I picked this up at Ulta, and it includes this, which is, I believe, $30 anyway. So for $6 more, you could also get this cleanser, which I don't know that much about, but it's the Creme Mousse Comfort. It's a comforting cleansing cream with rose extract for dry skin, which sounds like something I would like because it felt, so I'm gonna try this out as well. So if you like this and you also like this is a good deal from Ulta because I think it says together they're typically $52, so you get it for $36. So that is a $16 savings. Oh, they even tell you right there, so you don't have to do the math. I like to travel with items that look like the real thing. Does that make sense? Because when I decant sometimes and then I'm on my trip, I don't remember what's in what little container, even though sometimes I'll mark it, but sometimes the pen wipes off, even if it's a Sharpie. So the other items will kind of break down the ink and I can't read what's in there and I'm guessing. So I try to find mini versions of the regular packaging so I can recognize them when I do my skincare. I think that just tells you how much skincare I have. So I found this, it's a It's a Prep and Pamper Kit by Lancome. So it has 3 things in there. And you can see there's a mini Tawny Comfort in there. And then also a mini foaming cleanser, which I'm still gonna find out, and a rose jelly mask, which I know nothing about. But it was $19.50. Its suggested value price is $34. So you have a $14.50 savings. Look at how cute. So it looks just like the big version of it. So I'm on the hunt for items in miniature form that look just like the packaging of the original form. I'm just gonna have a little travel kit ready to go so it doesn't interfere with my daily operations in terms of skincare, and so I know everything's in there, and then when I get to my destination I'll actually recognize what it is by it looking like the original packaging. So the next items I'm gonna mention are part of a giveaway, and I didn't enter a contest or anything like that. I just happen to follow her on social media. I follow Marianna Hewitt on Instagram. So if you don't know her, she is similar in coloring, which is, I think I first found her because I was looking for hair, like hair highlight and hair color, and I stumbled upon her and I love her aesthetic, the makeup she has, and her hair is really always beautiful no matter what color she's got it. And then also if you like fashion, she loves fashion as well. So I think she has her own YouTube channel, but I mostly follow her on Instagram. So I just got a direct message from her company or her people who handle her items, and they said, oh, you've won the giveaway. And I'm like, what giveaway? I didn't enter anything. And they said, go ahead to this link and you can find out what, there's a message for you from her. And so there's a little video of her explaining what this is all about. So she has a company also called Summer Fridays, and what she does for a living is, like I said, Instagram. She has, I think, almost 1 million followers. She gets a lot of product for PR purposes from companies, and there's no way she can use it. In fact, I'm so small here and I purchase most of what I have and I can't use it all. So I wish I could give you my makeup, but I've already used it. So this is makeup that she has not used. So say she gets a bunch of items, like the whole range from something, and maybe she likes 2 colors in there, is gonna keep them. The rest of them she hasn't used, so she is giving them away. So if you like makeup, and maybe, I don't know how, again, I was selected, but just go follow her and maybe you'll get selected. So she sent this little cute little makeup bag, first of all. There's a little sleep mask, which I'll use on my trip. And then there's this really nice Dior lip product that was in there. I've not tried any of these before, but it looks like it would be a nice neutral shade on me. It's in shade 623. It's in the Stellar Shine shade by Dior. Very generous. I got this Stila, and I'm smiling because it's not something I normally pick, but interested to see what it'll look like on. It's the Stila Beauty Boss Lip Gloss in Blue Sky. So it's got that duochrome kind of thing to it. Looks really interesting. And then this is the one I've been using the most out of things that came in here. It was the Mecca Cosmetica, and then thank you to Glamour Mom, I think, in Australia, because she educated me on Mecca, because I didn't know really what this was, because I posted this on my Instagram stories that I got this. It's a luxury beauty oil, and I've actually been using it quite a bit. Actually, I've been using it since I got it, and it's great to apply right after your shower when your skin's kind of damp. And what I like the most about this is that it says it's an oil blend that revives and transforms and melts into skin. So it really melts well. So sometimes with oils, you get kind of a residue that you'll leave on other things. So it's kind of oily feeling. This doesn't do that. It just quickly sinks into your skin and moisturizes it. So if you have access to Mecca Cosmetica, I haven't even looked, so I'm gonna have to look to see if it's international. But if you live in Australia, this is a really great one. I would recommend it for a nice light oil. Good for the summer because sometimes creams are too heavy in the summer. So I really am liking this because it's got that lightweight yet moisturizing feel to it. And plus, it smells nice. It's a very clean spa-like smell. And if you know me, you know I don't like strong scents and they give me a headache. This one doesn't do that. So very, very nice oil. And this is what it looks like on here. My hands are gonna be so nice and moisturized. So it just is an oily texture, but it just sinks in so quickly into the skin. So it does what it says it's supposed to do. And again, smells very, very clean and fresh. Speaking of travel, I love my Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging Shampoo and Moisturizer. They have a little kit, a little one that has a replenishing moisture cream as well. This one, and I found this again at Ulta. So here they are in this size. So this will also live in that travel kit with all my other travel items for skincare, and it'll just be in there ready to go. Finally, a couple of fashion favorites. Oh, this right here is a cuff made from, it's a really interesting concept. So the company's name is Crash, and it's from cars that are being repaired. So this came off of a Lamborghini Gallardo, something. You can also have them custom made, but they have pieces from like Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Porsches and all kinds of luxury cars. And if you have like something sentimental you want done, so this is a great gift if you have a car lover and say they're getting their car repaired or some part of it is getting fixed and they need to remove something, they can custom create you a piece of jewelry. There are earrings and necklaces and things like that, but this is the cuff. It's got a carnelian on there. And then this is some antique jewelry that she added on there, but they're one of a kind pretty much. I don't think there's another one like this one, but I just thought it was a really interesting piece. And actually my husband's the one who thought it was very cool, so convinced me to get it. Actually, he got it for me. So I just wanted to point that out because it's a really interesting concept and something I hadn't seen before. So if you're a luxury car lover, it's kind of a neat way to also integrate your love for cars and jewelry together. Yeah, really pretty. And this last one is good for the summer because if you're going to a beach but it's not like a sandy beach and it's kind of rocky, or if you just like to wear shoes on the beach, these were great. So water shoes are not the cutest things I've ever seen, but these were pretty cute. They are by Sea Star, and they are espadrilles, but they're also water shoes. So they're made out of that material, like feels like neoprene. So this is made out of the same material as a water shoe, but you can wear them like as shoes as well. So let's say you're at the beach and you just come out and you wanna have lunch somewhere near the water, you can also just keep these on and they're just like shoes. Only thing I don't love about these is this on the back. It says Sea Star. I wish it didn't have this, but that's okay. These are better than a water shoe though, so really cute. If you were interested, I got them at Nordstrom. So that's it for my haul and favorites for this month. If you have any that I should know about, I really like to transition into more weatherproof kinds of makeup as we go into the summer months and try and not use as many powders. So if you have some other solutions for me that I should know about, please let me know what those things are. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.